So today I want to talk about the positives and negatives of Magnificent Maestros. Now make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So yesterday we got the whole giant set announcement for Maestros, and it has left an interesting place in the community's heart because the fact that, one, they split Monsters and Magnificent Maestros into two sets, but we don't know ratios and so forth on the first set even right now, which has left the question of, you know, these sets are basically 2 months apart. The first one comes out in September, the second one comes out in November, and you've also got a core set Beyond the Brave in between these. And the fact that Maestros is going to have impactful metagame cards is also not really settling too well with players right now. And it's kind of leaving them up in the air of, you know, how do we want to approach this set? Now, you're 24 hours into seeing, you know, people start to go, well, you know, how are pre-sales on this going to kind of compare to Monsters? Now, right now, we've already seen Monsters has been kind of shifting down in price in terms of its, you know, price point. You've seen, what, like $550 now from the already $650 early sales that we had seen, which kind of left things maybe not in the most exciting spot for players' wallets, but there's still some kind of up in the air questions that we still have to answer. But you know who I think could answer those right now? Our sponsor for today, good old EWin chairs. Year is 2027 and you are looking for supreme comfort in your chair. Well, look no further than the EWin series itself. Take a look at the emphasis on the sides here. Totally interchangeable and able to be taken back. Also, fully adjustable. You have a handle here to adjust the chair itself to allow you the optimal reclinability. And the chair itself spins in all of the circular needs that you need. And this is the XL Flash series from EWin. Now, you might think, okay, well, it's just another chair. Don't worry. If you think just that, there are plenty of other competitors out there that might be able to suit your needs. But this one is made for tall people. It is made with an emphasis on the 550-pound Titan. And as you can see, all the way down here, we have full maneuverability on all of the legs that you could need to see. And with a weight limit of 550 pounds, this chair is going to be the chair that is not only going to be able to make sure that you are in the absolute comfort, it is absolutely easy to use. And back here, we have lumbar control as well, giving you full control of your back to make sure that you will be able to relax in style. That is the EWin promise. Discount code MCO40 actually works to save you some money on this chair, and that's exactly what you need to be hearing. So check out EWin today. So now you guys have heard, you know, some words from EWin. We got to return back to the Mavens sets here. So we know that price point has already been lowering on Monsters just because of anticipation for the secondary set. Now that we have that announcement, you know, it's going to be interesting. Now, the fine line that we have to look at here is Monsters feels more designed for the casual player base. And let's be honest with that. The reason why I say that is Dark Magician, the Utopia stuff, and Stardust, and even the Hero stuff, those are all major check marks for your player base that love the more nostalgic things. Now, the Dark Magician does have some playability within it. The Stardust Synchro stuff is good, but the real value is, I mean, like the superhero poly targets, for example, which are really, really good. And then some of the generic Cyverse plugin stuff that you can get on that side. I mean, that's great. Now, you shift on over to this side. I mean, rockets are probably the clearest winner within this set, just because rockets get so much advantage. The fact that they created a rocket monster that allows you to be able to just generate so much free advantage is kind of insane. But at the same time, though, you got to think about it like this, though. there's a lot more than just that in the rivals. You know, you get the hand trap Blue Eyes White Dragon that when you draw it, you reveal it, and you just kind of get a free blowout against the opponent, which is kind of cool. Cyber Dragons get an entirely new broken OTK line with the Future Fusion Nova, which, by the way, that is really, really cool. And also, the Synchro Pile decks get Red Nova Burning Soul, which is just a free cheat out across the board. And then I think probably one of the dumbest cards in the set is the Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, the 4 Heavenly Dragons, which just allows you to mode change, you know, generically 2 Dark Monsters into making Ophion or to slamming, you know, Exorcist or Carmel on the field. Like, in terms of metagame, Blue Eyes, that's a hand trap. A generic 4K that also can recur back something from the graveyard, thanks Red Nova. And then, of course, Dark Rebellion being able to Ophion. Yeah, I'm seeing some very, very, very good cards. Also, they're tossing tunes into this set, which I was hoping that we would be able to get the tune stuff a little bit easier, because now you're going to have to fight pull ratios to pull this stuff. That also means you're going to have to fight for the opportunity to get, you know, just Unchained in general and the Witchcrafter stuff. And this is where I'm on the edge a little bit about the set, is we don't know how set ratios are going to be. You know, we don't know if, you know, how many displays do I have to go through to get these Toon Monsters, you know, if you want to play a tier 1 deck. And Konami has traditionally done this, where they go, oh, hey, you know, this is a brand new potential metagame contender coming out here in the future. What if we were to limit the availability of these cards? You know, what if we made it harder? Because they'll buy more product. This is already a product that people were going to buy. Getting the Toon cards pumped into this, it just means that the people that were wanting to pick up this product are going to have an extremely harder time trying to do it, which is why I think, judging by how the first wave of pre-sales went with people selling this, stores might just hold this product and actually just single it out, because realistically they might make more value on this set single-wise. Also, funny enough, this is also the same set. Not only that, it's going to have Toons Unchained and Witchcrafter, this is also going to have Hydro Drive Dragon in it. You are going to live in a format, people, where Hydro Drive Dragon is going to be fully unrestricted. Now, I assume, judging by how things are kind of working here with this, that Konami's got some ban list master plan for late December into January. I kind of have a feeling that they're going to go, well, you know, it's the Christmas season, you know, let's let everybody get their FTK spirit out. You're going to watch Hydro Drive Dragon. You're going to watch the full Toon FTK, you know, kind of unfold. It's kind of turned into a Doomer video. Like, honestly, if you want to know the reality of the situation, you're going to at least see 6 different people complaining about this set being the Doomer set, because Hydro Drive is just FTK Central. Toons is just FTK Central. Gordian Slicer is probably going to be one of the only few things you're going to have to deal with Toons, but the problem is, you know, FTKs are bad, okay? And I'm not looking forward to that. Also, this is the set where we finally get Lightning Crash. I know that's a little bit like less significant than the overarching, you know, problem here, but at least your Blitzclick decks are going to get the extra searchability that they're going to need, because you can just get to add a Thunder Monster from your deck to your hand, but you can't normal summon or set monsters with that name until the end of this turn after this card resolves, which is fine. You can search for whatever Thunder Monster you need and then just use the secondary Blitzclick effect to beam it onto the field. I don't need to normal summon it. It just, I can rotate it out through a secondary effect, because, you know, you can still activate the effect of said Thunder Monster that you're searching for, which is actually kind of free. I do appreciate having access to having Thunder Crash. And also, I think the other selling point, and it's actually crazy to me, one of the selling points on this set was we're finally getting the elusive Dark Tuners. The Dark Tuners are a really cool gimmick, and I'm going to yell that again for those of you in the back. This is strictly a gimmick. It was an idea that Konami said, hey, we can make these, you know, really cool monsters that we could normal summon and then, you know, basically do some synchro summon plays with by, you know, cheating out levels. holes. It's cool, but they need to revisit this strategy very, very badly because it has a lot of holes in it for sure. Also, Chaos End Ruler, the beginning of the end, is also coming in the set, which while he has not had amazing play, he's a light warrior and a dark fiend. This actually has Rolad synergy, as much as you might not like hearing that. They pitch a Blackluster Soldier, they pitch a, the new Summon Skull. Congratulations. You have this giant thing that's just banish as many cards from your opponent's field and graveyard as possible and ping them for 500 for each. It's kind of a funny card. Not going to say that every Rolad deck should give some consideration to playing this. No, that's not the thing here, but it's the funny haha technology that comes with it. In terms of the metagame reckoning, save up money for this set. Maestros is absolutely going to be the one set that is going to tip the scales of competitive play, whether or not it be for good or for worse with this game. The inevitable situation is holy crap. Also, Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Howling Dragon is in here. I didn't even realize that. That's the third FTK piece. Ah, man. I can't wait for people to go, maybe I should just quit Yu-Gi-Oh! When Maestros comes out. No, I think you just kind of play the course. It's a lot of problems that the OCG's already fixed because they've had this stuff. God, they've actually had these cards for about a year now. It feels like. I think we're 10 months behind on getting these. And the fact that we're finally getting these cross-ported in, it does feel a little bit behind. But yeah, there's my synopsis. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And remember, just because one part of the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game looks like a dumpster fire at certain points doesn't mean things won't get fixed. Gotta have some faith in the company. They're a small indie company, right? You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Peace out. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.